What is up, Packer fans? Back again, week 11. The Packers are back home at Lambeau Field against the Los Angeles Chargers, who I do like. I've always liked them. I like Justin Herbert. I like Austin Ekeler. I like Keenan Allen. I do like Mike Williams. He is out for the season. Their defense, they're Derwin James, Asante Samuel Jr., they have Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa. So this team has a lot of top caliber players for sure. But Packers coming back home, playing Lambeau. After a week last week in Pittsburgh where they played really well, the Packers finally got out to a fast start, scored some points. The only problem was the Steelers got off to a faster start. They scored 17 points on their first three possessions. We couldn't stop the run. Jaylen Warren had over 100 yards. They both, Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren, both had touchdowns. We held Pickett to like 120 yards passing or something, but they still won the game. We out yardaged them and they still won like they've been doing all season. Packers only had one sack. Preston Smith got home, couldn't really force any turnovers. There was some plays to be made, but without Jair Alexander, Corey Ballantyne got the start at corner. Carrington Valentine though played really well again. He looks like to be like he could be a top corner in this league for sure. Keep watching Jair. I like what I see out of him. Packers defense played okay except for against the run. They just too many missed tackles. And then our offense though, Jordan Love looked good, Jaden Reed looked good, Romeo Doubs looked good. Christian Watson still kind of struggling, but Dontavian Wicks really looks good. And then Luke Musgraves looked great. AJ Dillon had his best running game of the year. He had like 70 yards on 9 carries, that 40-yard run. And Aaron Jones, just played well. We need more out of him. He actually should have went out of bounds. LaFleur was a little upset about that in the fourth quarter. He could have saved us some time, but Packers still, that last play. Love's got to kind of arc that up more, get it up higher. Don't throw such a line drive. It got picked off in the end zone. So still came down to the last play. The Packers showed that they can stay with it. They were in the game until the end. They did come back. They took the lead and everything, and then the Steelers ended up scoring, and we couldn't score again. So Packers finally kind of got the ball rolling in the first half. They need to do more though, however. And Pittsburgh, we haven't won in Pittsburgh since the 70s. Rodgers couldn't do it, Favre couldn't do it. We all remember the game against Big Ben when he came back on the final play and hit I think Mike Wallace in the end zone for the touchdown. So on the last second, literally no time on the clock, the Steelers beat us that year with Rodgers. So Packers coming back home against the Chargers. This is a big game because Packers are 3-6 now. If they lose this and go to 3-7, it's a tough hole to be into. If they can get it back to 4-6, now they're still kind of in it. With 17 games, in 18 weeks, there's so many teams and so many different records that could get in. You might be able to get in with 8 wins, 9 for sure. And so we'll see where the Packers are at, but we have to win these games, these winnable games. I know the Chargers have players, but they just lost last week against the Lions, and their record doesn't really reflect the talent they have on their team. So I'm excited to see what Jordan Love can do. Let's see what this offense can do. Can we get back to running the football? Can Aaron Jones get going? Can we stop the run? Austin Ekeler, they have Kelly over there, and Ekeler is really just a bowling ball. He will get yardage pretty much on any play. He'll find the hole. He's small, but he's quick and everything. So a guy that we all know about. And then Keenan Allen, he's catches everything. He's coming off of like a 10-catch, 175-yard day, 2 touchdowns against the Lions. So Herbert, the guy is one of my favorites. 5,000 yards his rookie season. That's incredible if you think about it. So he's a guy that can make all the throws. He's a guy that can scramble. All Wisconsin Badger fans remember him from the Oregon game when he just kind of didn't really throw it well, but he ran all over us and beat us in the Rose Bowl. So Packer fans, we got to get him back here. Let's get Justin Herbert back for that Rose Bowl win. And Packers just need to start stacking some wins here. Their schedule does not get much easier moving forward. These home games are pretty much the only advantage they have. I'm guessing the Chargers are favored earlier in the season. After the Packers had lost some, it looked like the Packers were not going to be favored in any of the remaining games. So we'll see what happens here against the Chargers. I'm excited to see if LaFleur and Love can kind of keep this offensive, I don't want to say brigade going because it hasn't been too crazy. They still scored under 20 points for the 7th week in a row or something. So for the Packers, they need to start scoring more points. They need to stack some of these wins. But Love's been playing better. I like what I see out of him. His young receivers, Watson just has to figure. I don't know what's going on. He has to figure it out. Dontavian Wicks is playing better than he is. Jalen Reed is playing better than he is for sure. Romeo Doubs is coming in as pretty much wide receiver one. And that's kind of what I projected. I figured Doubs would be more of the possession receiver, more of the every down receiver. And Watson's kind of the big play guy. I was hoping he'd be a better version of MVS. He seems like he's an equal or worse version of MVS. He had his little spurt last year, but this year not seeing that second year jump. I know he's got the talent. It's just maybe his frame's too thin, or he just doesn't have the aggressive personality to really attack the football. Like, you have to be like, that's my ball and go get it. Calvin Johnson, that's why they called him Megatron, because he would literally just go up and get it. That's his ball. So I want to see more out of him, but Dobbs and Wicks and Reed, if that's the three, that's a pretty solid three. You don't hit on everybody every time, and if Watson has to kind of come in as that big play threat deep down the field, just hit him on goal balls. That's what it comes down to. But I like what I see out of the other three guys. Like I said, Musgraves is really coming into his own. 6'6", 250 pounds, and he can run. So down the seam, finally catching him. He had a few big plays. The Packers have had a bunch of big plays the last couple games. Now Jordan Love has the most 30-yard throws in the league, which is pretty cool if you think about it. With Tua and his guys, it's sweet to see that Jordan Love's up there now. I mean, he's hitting guys deep, and the balls are where they need to be, and the guys are making the catches. Obviously, throwing it to Watson, he's got picked off twice. He's got more interceptions than completions almost at throwing it to Watson. Half of his interceptions that Jordan Love has are throwing it to Christian Watson. So something has to get figured out there. But the offensive line's been playing great. Elkin Jenkins, Pro Bowl level. Zach Tom playing at a Pro Bowl level. Rasheed Walker really held up well. And then, Josh Myers and John Runyan Jr. playing decent enough in the middle of the pocket was good. The only one sack given up against the Steelers to T.J. Watt, and it was kind of on a long play too. It was kind of Love's fault. He probably should have got rid of it, but only one sack is really big when you're dropping back 40 plus times against a team that really can rush the passer and who can really cover on the back end. So progress for Green Bay. Like I said, the growing pains of a young team on a young season, and I was optimistic because I always am, but I kind of figured this season would be a lot of ups and downs. A lot of people got excited because we started 2-1, and now they expected to win. I never really expected to win, so I just wanted to see progress. I wanted to see Jordan Love progress. I wanted to see progress from the young offensive line, the young defense. See the veterans step up. I wanted to make sure Rashawn Gary's knee was good. I kind of knew this season was going to be a lot of ups and downs. Maybe we can go on a run here, fight for a final playoff spot. A lot of people want us to kind of keep losing so we can get a top draft pick, maybe get Marvin Harrison Jr. He's probably going to go number 1 or number 2 if he keeps playing like he has been. He might even win Heisman. So, we might not even have a chance even if we lose. So let's just try to keep progressing. If we win some games, great. We'll probably be around 6 to about 10 in the draft picks. So I just want to see progress. These young guys really are starting to kind of get it, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, we just need to tackle better. I mean, we gave up less than 150 yards passing. We out yardage them, and we still lost. So we can't be doing that. This team is going to start learning how to win these games. A lot of close games. We know a lot of games in the NFL come down to a close game. But we have a young team, a team that hasn't figured out how to win these games. So now, as they progress, hopefully these start turning into W's, and we'll see what can happen. Because I like what Jordan Love brings to the table. I like his size and his agility, his ability to move, and then the way he throws the football. And now, his teammates love him, and they play well with him, and it looks like he's got the rapport with the receivers he needs, and they're just going to keep growing. So I'm excited about what I see for sure. It is it's inspiring, and I'm super optimistic about what Love can do. And let's see if LaFleur can kind of make this offense keep going, and let's see if Joe Barry can get these guys to tackle. I know there's not a lot of tackle drills in practice, but these guys need to figure out how to tackle. Can't be getting beat on the ground in a league that is basically a passing league. So, all right, guys, Go Pack, go. Let's get this W. I think they can do it. The Los Angeles Chargers coming into Lambeau Field to play the Packers, something they don't do often. Even it's funny because Justin Herbert's like, I hope there's no snow, but now we are all hoping that there is a little bit of snow. So probably won't be, but it's going to be a lot chillier at Lambeau than it is in Los Angeles. So go Pack, go. Get this win. See you guys next time. Peace out. Thanks for watching.